Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Monday morning, 9:02 on this 18th day of September. It's Derby Day right here in downtown Alton as Marquette Catholic taking on the Alton High Redbirds tonight. Riverbender.com going to be bringing you that coverage. Myself going to bring you that coverage. I might see if I can get a guest host tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing Brian Hayner's side taking on my dad's team and really just being able to call that. It's really a cool thing and just another reason why I love being right here at Riverbender.com. We got a great show for you all today, and I want you to be a part of it. 618-759-7469. That's 618-759-7469. Going to be talking to the Village of East Alton here in about 20 minutes. They're having their Fall Food Truck Festival, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about this. You know, they were going to do a cornhole tournament, but I think they're going to push that one back for now and just stick to the food trucks and the family fun and the kids zone. So we're going to get all those details that's coming up on the first weekend of October. So all that comes your way in about 20 minutes. Then at 10:10, I'm going to be talking to friends of the show, T&I. They got some really great stuff coming down the pipeline. Coming up on the 23rd, I believe, is this Symphony Out in Nature, and it's really cool where the Alton Symphony Orchestra plays, and you guys can have a nice little picnic and relax over there at T&I underneath really just a beautiful landscape. So we're going to get all those insights and so much more on this Monday. Going to talk to Luis later on this week. I need a break from St. Louis sports, man. Watching City play on Saturday was a little sad. So I'm just going to hit pause on that. They earned their point, I guess, and that's all that matters. But the Earth Tones Festival, before we do news, really cool to see so many people out there and so many of you stopping by and saying hi, and really appreciate you guys that do that, and really makes it fun to show up and just see what everyone's working on. But look like just a great crowd and a great event. So really happy to see the Riverfront bustling this weekend. At 9:04, my time to tell you to sign up for your daily email update. You'll never miss out. You can join myself and over 70,000 of us each and every day of the work week, and even on Saturdays with Around the River Bend. We'll take you to Madison County first. Dan Brannon, content director for Riverbender.com, reports the following. The Illinois State Police District 8 did announce that 3 died in a 2-vehicle accident at 3:44 a.m. on September the 15th on Illinois Route 4, just north of Old State Route 4 in Madison County. Chase Bowles, a 21-year-old male from Alton, was one of the victims, and Emily K. Norton, a 21-year-old female from Nixon, Missouri, along with Jada Fulkerson, a 21-year-old female from Marine, also died in the crash in another vehicle. Illinois State Police issued this preliminary report. The preliminary investigation indicates the following. 1 unit was traveling southbound on Illinois Route 4, just north of Old State Route 4 in Madison County. Another unit was traveling northbound at the same location. For unknown reasons, 1 unit crossed the center line, causing a head-on collision with the other unit. All occupants were pronounced deceased at the scene. No other information is available at this time. Also in the news out of St. Jacob, Dan Brannon reports the following. The Illinois Oh, and that's, excuse me, the same report. Also in the news from Dan Brandon out of Alton, Alton Police Department officers responded to a report of gunshots fired in the 1200th block of West 9th Street in Alton at 1:08 p.m. on Friday, September the 15th. A statement from Police Chief Jarrett Ford. Officers immediately responded and determined no one in the area was injured. Officers and detectives conducted an extensive search of the area for involved parties. They did not locate any involved parties at that time, but many leads were developed. Those leads suggest this was not a random act of violence, and the involved parties are known to one another. Chief Ford said nearby West Elementary School was briefly placed on lockdown out of an abundance of caution. There was never any known threat to the school, staff, or its students, he said. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to call the Alton Police Department, 618-463-3505. Dalton Brown reporting out of Edwardsville that a new fast casual Southwestern restaurant is coming to Edwardsville when Moe's Southwest Grill hosts its grand opening on Friday, September the 22nd at 10 a.m. And the first 25 people in line will get free burritos for a year. Moe's is celebrating their grand opening with free burritos for a year. That giveaway, which entitles the first 25 people in line on opening day to one free burrito or bowl per week for 52 consecutive weeks. How about that? There will also be a prize wheel at the event where visitors can try their luck to win various prizes, according to the release from Moe's. The menu at Moe's Southwest Grill includes burritos, quesadillas, nachos, and stacks. They also have a Moe's app, which offers new users a free cup of queso just for signing up and also grants them a free burrito on their birthday. The Moe's app includes rewards to redeem on your favorite menu items, the ability to order ahead, and exclusive alerts and specials. Moe's Southwest Grill will be open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and located at 2329 Plum Street, Unit 100 in Edwardsville. To learn more, just go ahead and give them a call, 618-500-6637. Also in the news from Sydney Sinks, work on the new Alton Flyway mural started this week at 136 Front Street in Alton. The organization, Alton Main Street, commissioned Robert Fishbone and On the Wall Productions to create a mural recreation of a painting by local artist James K. Schmidt. On Friday morning, September the 15th, Fishbone was hard at work applying the first prime coat to the wall. Every mural brings life to its location, each one differently, Fishbone said at a recent What's Up Downtown exchange in late August. During the meeting, Fishbone shared his plans for the mural and photos of the nearly 200 murals he has painted in his 50-year career. On the Wall Productions has already devoted a day to cleaning the wall at 136 Front Street. After they complete 2 prime coats, Fishbone and his daughter will lay out the design and apply 2 coats of paint to recreate Schmidt's painting. For more information about the mural, you can find out more on riverbender.com, as Sydney Sinks and the team has been following that progress along. Sydney Sinks also reporting out of Godfrey that the Great Godfrey Maze was off to an exciting start on September the 15th. This year's theme is Family Game Night. In addition to the maze, there are activities for kids of all ages. Festivities will continue every Friday and Saturday through October 28th at Robert E. Goisbrook Park in Godfrey. The crowd was picking up as the sun set on Friday night. Several bounce houses and other inflatables were set up near the maze, and younger kids could also enjoy a ride on the cow train in a cart painted like a Scrabble tile. A hay wagon ride was set to take off soon, and the corn crib was open for business for anyone who wanted to jump on in and play. Concessions were also available for purchase and will be every weekend. Local food trucks are also scheduled to stop by throughout the next month, and Ray's Soul Touch and Tacos was on the scene Friday to start the season off right. Beginning on October the 6th, visitors can also take on the Haunted Maze for a Halloween-themed scare. The Great Godfrey Maze and activities are open 6 to 10 p.m. on Fridays and from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturdays, and all activities are either $2 or free. Pricing on the maze varies. You can visit the official webpage on the Village of Godfrey website, and for more details, you can just visit riverbender.com and see the full list of offerings on the articles that we wrote leading up to the opening. It's 9:10. Before we take a quick break and start talking to the village of East Alton, let me fill you in on weather. It's 61 degrees, that fog already breaking away, and today nice with sunshine and a little bit of some patchy cloud work tonight. Some cloud cover, but going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening for some soccer on State Street Hill. Riverbender brings it to you at 6:30. Today, we're looking at 78 degrees on the high side, 55 for the low coming up on Tuesday. 84 degrees for the high temperature, 58 for the low. And on Wednesday, 84 for the high, 60 for the low. Then back on Thursday, we're creeping back down to 78 and 60 degrees respectively. And on Friday, looking at low 80s to low 60s for the high and low temps. No rain really in the forecast all week long. Just going to be a nice early fall week. With that being said, if you want time and temperature throughout the day, you give this phone number a call, 618-465-4545. This time it's powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Hey, before I take a quick break, let me fill you in. You only have a couple of opportunities left, actually one, to win $1,000 on this early bird drawing. This is the Marquette Mega Raffle. The big drawing coming up on Saturday, where you, yourself, your friend's dog, I don't know if they qualify for the contest, but you have a chance to win $50,000. How about that? Yeah, say that one 3 times fast without smiling. That's a pretty good Saturday afternoon, if I say so myself. Raffle tickets, 1 for $50, or you can buy 2, get 1 free. And early bird drawings, they have one left where you have a chance to win $1,000 on September the 22nd, and those big drawings on Saturday, September the 23rd. First prize, $50,000. Second prize, $5,000. I can take that. Third prize, $500, and fourth prize, $250. With that being said, it's 9:12. Make sure you sign up for the Marquette Mega Raffle by clicking on the Riverbender wallpaper and making sure you have a chance to win that $50,000. With that being said, we'll take a quick break. More of our daily show rolls around the corner next in downtown Alton.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungenast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungenast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungenast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at riverbenderradio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
The time on a Monday morning, Riverbender.com. It's Our Daily Show. CJ Nasello here with you. We're going to have to again reschedule our conversation with the Village of East Alton. A little bit of some illness running around, and I appreciate the, not getting us sick and keeping us all, kind of moving. I hope they feel better, and really excited to learn more about the Food Truck Festival and all the shaboozis coming our way. So we'll talk to them later on this week. But, instead of playing a replay, I saw this thing that I just wanted to share with you. It was kind of fascinating. So let me break this kind of down for you. And so insurance firm Nationwide, announced the finalists for its 2023 Hambone Award, which you're going, what the hell is a Hambone Award? It's a highlight of the most unusual pet insurance claims of the year. The Hambone Award named in honor, of a dog that ate in honor of a dog that ate an entire holiday ham while stuck in a refrigerator, highlights the unique situations that our pets happen to find themselves in each year, and calls on members of the public to vote for the strangest of the bunch. Well, this year's finalists, there's 12, and we're going to go through all 12. So all of the 12 finalists made a full recovery from their injuries. So anyone listening along going, CJ, you were an evil person. It's 9:20 in the morning, and you're telling us about these. All of them are fine. All of them are doing a lot better. They're all healthy. Well, the winning pet will be awarded the Hambone Award trophy, as well as a gift card and a donation, and it's named to a pet charity chosen by their owner. The second and third place finalist will receive a prize along with that charity donation, the company said. So voting's open. Well, actually not yet. Voting's open September 22nd through the 28th. And now I said, let's actually go through and look through some of these claims, because this has got to be pretty good. So Belle is a Jendo from Atlanta, Georgia. She confronted a large deer that wandered into their family's backyard. Thankfully, the spunky dog's tussle with the big buck only resulted in, a few scratches and a few dents on the hide. And then listen to this. Well, Giles is a kitty from New York City, became smushed in a sofa when out-of-town visitors inadvertently closed the folding couch with little kitty underneath. Aside from a newfound fear of hinged objects, Giles suffered no lasting effects from the incident. Well, what about this? Grayson Hayes is a Labrador retriever from College Station, Texas, and decided, hey, let's see if I can fly. Jumped off a 36-foot-high bridge and landed onto an embankment. Listen to this. So, a concrete embankment it lands on. Incredibly, no surgery required. This dog made a full recovery, had a couple of little bit of internal injuries, but listen to this, cleared up within a few weeks and hasn't had any reactions or signs to have any long-term trauma. I think that dog might actually be made of iron. Listen to this. So, Josie decided that she was going to hang out in Alameda, California, and play with her toy ball. Well, she was having fun until Well, she lost 4 teeth after aggressively chasing a ball during a game of fetch in the San Francisco area. It's suspected that Josie's injury resulted from a high-speed collision into a pair of cast-iron stadium seats that were mementos from Candlestick Park. Now, again, Josie's doing 100% fine and has her new teeth and is doing better. You can vote for the best. Miko, a cat from New Orleans, enjoys Miko. My dog's name's Nico. I like Miko, too. That's kind of cool. He was in his catio space. Well decided, I'm going to chase after some doves today. Why are you in my catio? Took a 7-foot flying leap at a pair of these doves that were starting to nest too close for comfort. The family's home security camera showed Miko being bitten near the eye during a midair encounter with one of the escaping doves. Besides that minor cut, not seriously injured. What about Rolex, a green-cheeked Connier from Milton, Massachusetts, who was visiting a family in another home? Well, found himself seemingly perfectly perched atop an open door. I like that. Things took a little bit of a turn when the homeowner, well, shut the door without looking and inadvertently slammed the bird in the door. Although his injuries were somewhat serious, he was treated and he's flying again. And then Sonny is a determined Labrador Retriever from Anaheim, California, who, shimmied his crate 5 feet across the room to get close to an electrical outlet, snagged and ingested 3 phone cord chargers, sounds like my dog, and he underwent an emergency procedure to clear the objects from his system and has fully recovered. Now, all nominated pets have made, of course, their full recoveries and actually received reimbursements from eligible veterinary expenses from Nationwide Pet Insurance, so they're all taken care of. But there's your chance to, decide which one's your favorite. Now, I don't know if any of these are my favorite. The more I'm kind of thinking of this, I thought they'd be more, Roscoe ate, some chocolate pie off of Grandma's countertop, and now we're at the ER at 4 a.m. That was kind of serious. I mean, think about that. A 36-foot leap of faith and not even a scratch on the dog. That's my type of dog. Hey, wanted to fill you in, too. As you guys know, children are heading back to school and wanted to get a little bit more serious before we look on to things happening this week. And doctors' offices are usually filled up, obviously. I mean, I started to reading this article this morning. I was almost kind of getting the flashbacks of going to Dr. Wallner's office with mom and dad, and then you had the sick side, the non-sick side, and there you are just trying to, get your sports physical and keep playing soccer. Well, with all the kids needing checkups, the immunizations, and in some cases heart screenings, well, this is particularly the case for athletes, according to Frank Hahn, who's an MD and pediatric cardiologist with OSF Healthcare. I keep hitting that keyboard. The National Institute of Health conducted a 10-year review of sudden death during sporting activities. And listen to this. The objective was to characterize the demographics and causes of sudden cardiac death during sports played in Australia. Nearly 20,000 autopsies were conducted between 2006 and 2015. Most deaths were from adults. The findings showed that a small number of children who died from heart conditions either were arrhythmogenic or presumed arrhythmogenic, producing or tending to produce cardiac arrhythmia, or the kids had inherited cardiomyopathies and acquired a hereditary disease of the heart muscle. I think I handled that pretty good. Now, this is why Dr. Hans is recommending that parents speak to their children's pediatricians to make sure they're aware if their, child has some of these issues and these heart conditions. If the pediatrician senses the child may have a problem, they'll recommend that they be seen by cardiologists for further investigation and evaluation. While it can be hard, especially for younger children, to know the signs of a heart condition, it's important to listen if they think something feels unusual. They may see say things like their chest is beeping or their chest is pounding. In older children, they may have a variety of descriptions. There's some difficulty with exercise. This can be chest pain, shortness of breath, or their heart is pounding, particularly when they exercise. Dr. Hahn says that all heart conditions aren't caught when the person is younger. Some heart conditions that you're born with really don't show up as a kid. Like genetic conditions of the heart that may show up at a later age, the electrocardiogram and ultrasound of the heart are designed to pick up that if it shows up later in age. And Dr. Hans adds it's very important to know your family's health history. If your family has a history of heart conditions, he recommends speaking with your primary care provider and potentially being screened by a cardiologist. But wanted to fill you in on that because OSF Healthcare really sends us some really unique and insightful articles, really just to kind of, pick your brain a little bit and make sure that we're staying up to date and giving ourselves that, that 12-point inspection when the check engine light comes on, just to know what to be aware of. I think Tim Dittman and the team over there do great work. Who I also think does great work is the team at Alton Little Theater. Beer for Breakfast is still on tap for another week, and I am excited to go. I got my tickets for this Thursday, and if you haven't gotten yours yet, you are missing out because I have heard nothing but rave reviews from this really just hilarious show. Now, coming your way on the 20th, back over here. The 21st, then the 22nd, and the 23rd with that final showing, a matinee at 2 p.m. on Sunday, the 24th. This is a very funny show about the pitfalls and the rewards of five friends facing middle age together. Now, this is a PG-13 show, just for the record. Alton Little Theater is also featuring a collection of the most interesting beers and brews in alignment with the 90th season opening production, Beer for Breakfast. This is what sets it all. Their goal when patrons new or returning come to the showplace is to experience pure enjoyment away from the cares of the world for a few hours, which, like I've told you guys for months, is why Alton Little Theater has been around for 90 years and while they'll continue to be around for another 90. They love celebrating their local brewmasters and visitors who generate enthusiasm in Alton, where the Great River meets the Great Prairie, and the living is just fine at Alton Little Theater. At the showplace, they take the job seriously of representing our region with love and pride for 90 years. So, come one, come all, the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and check out the fun to be had at the Alton Little Theater Showplace. A great comedy show, a beautiful theater, stellar staff, a even great cast, and the best beer in town. Even a breakfast stout to commemorate the show title for anyone that's feeling a little froggy. It's Beer for Breakfast. For tickets, you can call 618-462-3205. That's 618-462-3205. Or for more ticket information, altonlittletheater.org. That is altonlittletheater.org. And make sure that once you stop in, you say, hey, CJ sent me your way. I'll be seeing you on Thursday for Beer for Breakfast. I am really looking forward to that show. altonlittletheater.org, altonlittletheater.org. It's 9:28. We'll take a quick one, come back, talk for a few more, and see what other trouble we can cause on a Monday morning.
Here at Modified Auto Sound, we are an automotive customizing shop that specializes in car audio, window tinting, and other truck and Jeep accessories. So as an interested customer, we always recommend that you just stop in the shop. Check us out at 241 Eastgate Plaza, right off of Route 3 in East Alton, Illinois. At Modified Auto Sound, there's no such thing as strangers, just friends we haven't met.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungenast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungenast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungenast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
Did you finally get the chance to dance along the light of day? Head back to the Milky Way. Tell me, Venus, blow your mind. Was it everything you wanted to find?
9:31. A little bit of the summer sport playlist for the early 2010 summer sport goers, you know. Man, that was always the best time of the summer. I mean, that was one thing I think my parents and they all did such a great job with the summer sport stuff. And, you know, my dad, every summer, every morning we're up and going to summer sport and then going to kick at Glazebrook and work on some of our soccer stuff. And then when I was on the swim team, I don't know if I told you this, but I really was so good. My first and last race, I choked on a gallon of water during the race and got disqualified. And then it was kind of like, you know, the first time I was just a little scared because you don't know what to do when you swallow a bunch of water for the first time and you're trying to swim forward and win a race. It's kind of little scary. Well, the last one, it was really bizarre because I felt really great. I knew this was going to be my last race like ever. I had soccer to focus on and all this, so I wanted to win it. I wanted to always go out on a high note. That's my motto in life. If you're leaving, you leave, you know, with the bang, good, you keep moving. Well, my last race, I dove into the water, and I swear to you, this is a true story. I started swimming, and I was winning the heat. I was actually leading a little bit, and then I choked on a bunch of water, and I just stopped. I just gave up. I went, you know what? This isn't for me. My first and last one, I'm choking on water. I'm drowning here. And they disqualified me. And I just looked at them and I went, really? Do you really need to disqualify someone that didn't even finish the race? Can we just move on and just put like a little NF, not finished? You know, I don't know. It was kind of just like adding salt to the wounds. Hey, wanted to fill you in on a couple of things that happened on this date in history. Kind of fascinated by this. So in I promise I do get paid. In 1793, listen to this. George Washington laid the cornerstone for the United States Capitol on September the 18th, 1793. How cool is that? In 1850, on this date in history, the U.S. Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Act. In 1851, the first edition of the New York Times, published on this date in history. That's another interesting one. In 1947, on the 18th day of September, the United States Air Force was established. In 1975, Patricia Hearst was arrested after a year. A year. Wow. On the FBI Most Wanted list. In 2001, the first anthrax letter was postmarked for ABC, CBS, NBC News, and the New York Post, along with the National Enquirer, and sent on this date in 2001. Born on this date in history, Samuel Johnson, the English poet, essayist, literary critic, biographer, editor, and more. Born on this date in 1709, Greta Garbo, Swedish-American film actress, born on this date. In 1905, in 1917, June Foray, an American voice actress known for her works in animated films and television, born on this date. In 1917 and 1940, Frankie Avalon, American actor, singer, and former teen idol, born on this date in history. In 1971, Lance Armstrong, the American professional road racing cyclist, born on this date in history. In 1967, John Cockcroft, an English physicist and an academic, along with being a Nobel Prize laureate was passed away on this date in 1967 and 1970. Jimi Hendrix, an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer, passing away on this date in history. And in 2009, Irving Kristol, American journalist, publisher, and critic considered the godfather of neoconservatism, dying on this date in history in 2009. And listen to this. On this date in history, some other historical milestones. In 1922, the Kingdom of Hungary was admitted to the League of Nations. In 1991, the Dead Sea Scrolls are made available to the public for the first time by the Huntington Library. And in 2014, Scotland voted against independence from the United Kingdom in a referendum against independence. That's interesting. That happened on this date in history in 1935. Hey, wanted to fill you in on something I read in the AP, and I had it sent to me in our prep sheet, but I didn't talk about it. But I just started thinking about it over the weekend and thought, how fascinating. Wanted your thoughts on this. So a month before the British surrender at Yorktown ended major fighting during the American Revolution, the traitor Benedict Arnold led a force of redcoats on a last raid in his home state of Connecticut, burning most of the small coastal city of New London really right to the ground. Well, it's been 242 years. However, New London ain't forgotten. A crowd of several hundred revelers, some in period costumes, marched through the city's streets Saturday evening, chanting "Burn the traitor" before watching as officials set Arnold's effigy ablaze for the burning of Benedict Arnold Festival, recreating a tradition that was once practiced in many American cities. I like to jokingly refer to it as the original Burning Man Festival, said organizer Darren Wood, referencing the annual gathering in Nevada. For decades after the Revolutionary War, cities including New York, Boston, and Philadelphia held yearly traitor burning events. They were an alternative to Britain's raucous and fiery Guy Fawkes Night celebrations commemorating the foiling of the gunpowder plot in 1605 when Fawkes was executed for conspiring with others to blow up King James I of England in both houses of Parliament. And I was in London, actually, and they had one of the coolest exhibits. Before I go any further, it was like it was an underground kind of walking tour where they took you through the histories of London in more of like a 4D setting and made it really cool. They do some really great street like performance type of stuff down there in London, and this was one of those where you really got to learn a lot about this and kind of be in the time period. It was really cool. Anyway, back to the story. So the celebrations died out during the Civil War, but Wood, the artistic director of New London's Flock Theatre, revived it a decade ago as a piece of street theater and a way to celebrate the city's history using reenactors in period costumes. So anyone can join in the march down streets behind the papier-mâché Arnold to New London's waterfront park, where the mayor on Saturday cried, "Remember New London," and put a torch to the effigy. The crowd chanted USA as the life-size Arnold, burned to the stake. Ellen Warfield of Mystic brought her 9-year-old son, Lucian Bass, because she said their ancestors fought in the Revolution, and she hoped to get her son excited about the history that surrounds them. It's wild to show the kids something like this, she said. You get to see it in real life. Rather than see it play out on television, they spend too much time on their screens today anyway. That's a quote. And, Lucian had a singular focus. "I just can't wait to see them burn that man, burn that turncoat," and that was his direct quote to the Associated Press. Arnold, a native of, man, this is a tough crowd. Arnold, a native of nearby Norwich, was initially a major general on the American side of the war, and playing important roles in the capture of Fort Ticonderoga in the Battle of Saratoga in New York. In 1779, though, he secretly, of course, as we all know, began feeding information to the British, and a year later he offered to surrender the American garrison at West Point in exchange for a bribe, but that plot was uncovered when an accomplice was captured and Arnold fled and became a brigadier general for the British. Well, on September the 6th, he led a force that attacked and burned New London and captured a lightly defended fort across the Thames River in Groton. And after the American victory at Yorktown a month later, well, Arnold left for London. He died in 1801 at the age of 60, forever remembered in the United States as the young nation's biggest trader. New London's Burning Benedict Arnold Festival, which really has become a part of the state's Connecticut Maritime Heritage Festival, was growing in popularity before it was halted in 2020 because, of course, of the COVID-19 pandemic. The theater group brought the festival back to life last year. This project, and specifically the reaction, the sort of hunger for its return, has been huge, and the interest in it has been huge. That's from Victor Chiburis, the Flock Theater's Associate Artistic Director and festival's co-organizer. So the only time thing got a little political, Chiburis said, is this year a group of Arnold supporters showed up in powdered wigs to defend his honor. I have got to go see this. But that was all, of course, tongue-in-cheek, and that was just, to help people get interested in the Revolutionary War history of the city, the state, and Arnold, and everyone around it says it's a positive thing. In one of the early years after the festival first returned, Mayor Michael Passero forgot to notify the police, who were less than pleased with the yelling, burning, and muskets firing through the city. But they worked out those issues and soon were resolved. And now he can only be happy that a celebration of the worst days in the history of New London's brings a mob of people to the city every year. And just remember that that mob included a very satisfied 9-year-old. The coolest part was probably the head falling off. The young kid said, I really liked it. I just saw that story and wanted to share it with you. 9:41, we'll come back, talk a little bit more about news. Then we'll have our conversation with T&I. I like this, a nice and easy, slow going Monday morning. On a nice, easy, kind of cool, early fall. We aren't there yet because the moment I say it's fall season, it's 95 degrees and you're mad at me. So let's just kind of keep holding our breath for another few weeks, but you only have to hold your breath for a few minutes because I'll be right back to you next on Riverbender.com.
Nikki here from Newark. It was my birthday, so I told my boyfriend Vinny I wanted the best steak in Jersey. We did a Google search and hopped in the car, and 15 hours later we rolled up to George's Local Brew in Jerseyville, Illinois. It was the best steak I've ever had. They cut them fresh daily. Since it was my birthday, the owner let me spin the wheel of George's, and I won a diamond ring. And then Vinny proposed to me. Talk about the best road trip of my life. George's Local Brew, where every night is steak night.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
I just got a new air conditioner. top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
.45, welcome back to this Monday morning in downtown Alton. It's kind of calm before the storm today as Alton and Marquette taking place. Derby Day at State Street Hill Public School Stadium. Riverbender brings you that coverage at 6:30. A couple of things. It's going to be kind of a weird day for me because normally, like the last couple of weeks, I've been really kind of in the office and in my office. But what that means is I kind of walk around like 400,000 times in the day to keep myself focused. And today, a little bit different. I get to work on some interviews and some commercials, and then, now I got to get on over to practice and then get back to West for the broadcast, and it's really cool, and that's what my favorite part, I think, about this is just the location, being able to bounce around and, make sure that we're doing all the things that we need to do, and then coming back and bring you the broadcast and just having some fun every morning in the 618. I just really like it, and I got a text from the 314, wanted to say thank you for it. CJ, I think it's great that your show can be interesting by yourself or with guests. Love watching you. Thank you very much. I just really appreciate that. And you guys can always share it, and we'll keep growing together. Hey, wanted to fill you in on the events that are happening this week. And there's a basket auction that's online. It began about an hour and 40 minutes ago with the Women's Fellowship Evangelical UCC United Church of Christ in Godfrey. The basket auction that's online. And then the Friends of Hainer book sale is taking place today right now at Hainer Library. So if you want to stop by, make sure you go in and support Hainer Library, really doing just some amazing things. That basket auction is continuing tomorrow at 8 a.m. with the Women's Fellowship Evangelical United Church of Christ in Godfrey. Migration bird hike at 8:30 a.m. with the Nature Institute taking place tomorrow. The garden show at Monticello Sculpture Gardens, those tours are continuing all next week. And then at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, tomorrow, at the downtown library location, family story time with our friends at Hainer Public Library. Then at 10 a.m. tomorrow, at Senior Services Plus, it's their open house event. And then at 3 p.m. on Tuesday at Eastgate Plaza, the East Alton Farmers Market taking place. Then on Tuesday at 4 p.m. at the Jerseyville City Center Plaza. It's their Jersey County Farmers and Artisans Market taking place at 4 p.m. At 6 p.m. at Hainer Library, it's X's and So's. And then at the 6 Mile Regional Library District in Granite at 6:30 p.m., you can sit, stay, read with Got Your Six Therapy Dogs. That happens on Tuesday. On Wednesday, that basket auction is continuing, and then the garden tours are continuing as well. Those take place bright and early at 9 a.m. You can start the garden walks, or you can start bidding on those baskets as early as midnight. Yeah, Wednesdays at the Performance Room at Alton Square Mall with our friends at Hainer Public Library. That takes place at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. Then walk it out at 5:30 p.m. at the Alton Square Mall. And Dead People of Illinois. This is going to be cool. Mary Cordes was talking to me about this, and this is fascinating. This is a great engagement at the Performance Room at Alton Square Mall with our friends at Hainer Library. That's Dead People of Illinois at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And coming up as well on Wednesday is Celebrate Recovery Alton at the Red Brick Chapel right there at on Brown Street at Calvary Baptist, a really great organization. Couldn't think of it for a second. It's one of those Calvary's such a namesake location that it's, and I've only eaten there every Friday when I was playing football. It's like, wait a minute. With that being said, coming up on Thursday, the basket auction with the Evangelical United Church of Christ continues. The Wood River Farmers Market taking place on Thursday afternoon until dusk. at the corner of Madison Avenue, 143 and 1st Street. The 11th Garden Show walking tours continues at 9 a.m. on Thursday. Preschool story time with Hainer Library at the Alton Square Mall location at 10 a.m. on Thursday. At 10 a.m. at the Genealogy and Local History Library, which is right down the road here in downtown Alton. It's their branching out discussions, making a home in a new land. That's going to be a great conversation. Then at 2 p.m. at the the Hainer Library locations, it's internet and email classes. They're computer classes for the older adults or somebody that just wants to become more technologically affluent. Those options are available for you for free from your Hainer Library, which I think is just a great organization. The best bicycle trails in Illinois and surrounding states. That discussion at the 6 Mile Regional Library District in Granite at 3 p.m. The Village of Brighton Farmers Market taking place at 4 p.m. at Schneider Park on Thursday, September the 21st. Then coming up, take a breath, CJ. On Friday, this is really cool. The Veterans Festival Global War on Terrorism Memorial Wall. We had Tim Brown on. He's going to stop by this week and fill us in on some more details. This is a multi-faceted event that has so many components to it where you can go and support the Cottage Hills VFW Post 7678 and just celebrate veterans in our community with this Veterans Festival with so many activities for kids, games, you name it, plus that Global War on Terrorism Memorial Wall where so many of us have relatives that, served in Iraq and Afghanistan and in the Gulf War. Well, that wall will be on display for everyone to go and observe and reflect on. That happens this weekend, and all of the festivities, including the transportation of that wall, where they encourage you all, if you have the time, to line up on College Avenue from Gordonmore Park as they take it to the post. It's a really powerful ceremony that takes place at 10 a.m. on Friday, September the 22nd. That basket auction that's online, that still takes place all week long. And then we jam at the library at Wood River Public Library. That takes place at 9:30 a.m. in Wood River. On Friday at Senior Services Plus at 11 a.m., AARP presents 529 Plans in Long-Term Care, a really important seminar that you should all be a part of. That takes place at 11 a.m. at Senior Services Plus. The Edwardsville Art Fair takes place at 5 p.m. at City Park in Edwardsville. In harmony with nature, this is what I'm going to ask Ramona about here in about 20 minutes. Is really just this great event with the Alton Symphony Orchestra and the Nature Institute where you guys can kind of grab the family, maybe picnic for a little bit outside on a Friday night and just enjoy some beautiful music, some beautiful nature, our scenery right there on a Friday at 5:30 p.m. in Godfrey. At 6:30 p.m., something I've been talking to you all about for quite a long time, music trivia with Big Papa G to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. This is an event by the Little Black Book. Women in Business. And our friend of the show, Lisa Webb, a really big part of the organization and a part of so many organizations. That takes place at 6:30. Tables are still available, but you better act fast. That's at the Lovejoy at 6:30 p.m. The Lovejoy in Alton. Music trivia with Big Papa G to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. And then at 7 p.m., Music of the Spheres presents Sam Brown at First United Presbyterian Church in Granite City. That takes place at 7 p.m. And then why don't we do this? Because there's about 20 different things for all of you to do on Saturday. Why don't we do those in the 10 o'clock hour? Because that's too much for me to read through right now. But why don't I tell you about a new friend of the show? Sean Fowler, Modified Auto. I've been talking to you guys about him for a couple of weeks now, and I really just appreciate Sean's passion, not only for Modified Auto and the great team that they've assembled there, but his passion for the East Alton community and the Riverbend community as a whole. They specialize in custom automotive installation and parts, from car audio, which is really cool. There's always something that I've been jealous about. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And that's whenever you get into somebody's car that has like that really cool souped up sound system, and then you get into your car and, Dreams by Fleetwood Mac doesn't sound the same. You know, I don't know. I get a little jealous about that. But from car audio to remote starts with the weather cooling off, perfect time to get one of those installed. Window tints, alarms, heated seats, navigation, LED upgrades to cruise control, backup cameras, even headliners, you name it, they get it done. You can stop by. They highly encourage you just to stop in and see what they're all about. You know, I did that the other day, and my eyes were just opened with how beautiful this storefront is, and just seeing Sean and how well the team gets along, and really cool. I mean, it's almost like walking in and seeing everyone there being a part of the same family, that Modified Auto family, and they're going to treat you just like that. If you need anything done, whether or not it's with your car audio, remote start, window tinting, heated seats, navigation, you name it, Modified Auto, Sean Fowler and their great team over there, they got you covered. So they highly encourage you to stop in and just see what they're all about, or if you just want to get the party started early and get all that work done, give them a phone call now, 618-251-8255. That's 618-251-8255. That is Modified Auto Sound, and I'm telling you what, you go once, you're going to go again. All I ask is once you call, you just say, hey, CJ sent me your way. We're coming up on top of the hour, but before I take you to top of the hour news, I do want to fill you in on Centerstone real quick because we won't have time during the newscast. Centerstone, of course, is a national leader in behavioral health care. They're going to host a free virtual secondary trauma training on September the 27th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And here's what we're going to be learning about. We're going to develop a deeper understanding of what secondary trauma really is and how it affects your professional and your personal life. And you can learn various conditions related to secondary trauma. Reflect on your own experiences and how to manage your own stress. We all need that nowadays. I have been a menace lately, and it's one of those where I haven't been mean, but I can tell that I am affecting the overall atmosphere of a room sometimes. And, and we all get in those moods. And I don't know how you guys are with work and getting busy and kind of just making sure you're staying sane. And, but it seems like the more I focus on not doing the wrong thing, that's when I get stressed. But when I just go, I'm having fun for the next couple of weeks, let's see what happens, life becomes easier. I don't know if that's the safe thing to say, but that's just the correlating factor that I've been kind of dealing with. Well, you can reflect seriously on your own experiences and how to manage your own stress, which is so needed today. I need to learn a little bit of that. And you can reflect on your own organizations and how maybe you can establish a trauma-sensitive culture. So secondary trauma can be very harmful. That's a quote from Hannah Chapman, Centerstone's trauma treatment and training grant coordinator. During this time of COVID, social unrest, isolation, uncertainty, and so many other stressors, it's important to realize that you matter and learn self-care strategies. The other presenter, the presenter of the training will be Rachel Chizurek, prevention specialist with Prevent Child Abuse Illinois. The training has 1.5 hours of continuing ed for approved ILLC, PC, LPC, LCSW, LSW, and IL Nursing under IDFPR Professional Counselor, CE license, and more. To register, you can visit centerstone.org/events. That is centerstone.org/events, or for more information, you can contact Hannah Chapman at hannah.chapman@centerstone.org or call 1-877-HOPE-123. That's 877-476-3123. 9:58. Hey, before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on Linda Pedersen. She's working today at Johnson's Corner, my favorite place that I might have to stop by and see tonight. It's almost like a tradition for me that after a game at West, and maybe you guys are the same. Actually, I know a lot of us are the same because I see you there after a game at West. It's just going and kind of, talking to everybody after the game, especially a hometown rivalry game, the Derby Day with Marquette and Alton. It's going to be cool to pop in tonight and kind of, grab a water and really just talk about the game. I know that so many people are excited and, really cool to see two high-quality teams competing tonight. And just when I mentioned Linda, I just immediately thought of Johnson's Corner. Why? Because Linda Pedersen has a class right now at Johnson's Corner. They're an hour in, 7 more to go, and you're all going to do well because you're getting taught by the best. Linda Pedersen is a safe food specialist, the Safe Food Specialist, and her and I hang out with Chef Michael LePage in the Ford Hotel Supply on the first Friday of each month for many months to come as we talk about food safety. And at first, we didn't know if this segment would be a good idea. We thought this could get boring pretty quick, food safety. But there's so many nuances to this and so many things that I've been learning on keeping myself, my family, my little dog Nico safe if I'm, cooking us up some dinner. And I know that you guys have had the same feedback. So if you ever need to get your food handler certification, go with Linda Pedersen. Don't take it online. Do not do that to yourself. I've heard horror stories. Take it with somebody that truly is the best in the area. She travels the state for a reason, and that's because people want Linda Pedersen. They want her expertise. They want her knowledge. They want her class, and I know you will too. SafeFoodSpecialist.com. SafeFoodSpecialist.com. It's 10 o'clock in downtown Alton. More of our daily show and top of the hour news next right here on our daily show on Riverbender.com.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at riverbenderradio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
Then that time I went and said goodbye.
10:04, that's the time on a Monday morning. Time for top of the hour news. Here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you sign up for that daily email update. 70,000 of us are in the know, as my good pal Ray Hartman would say. And you'll be too. All you got to do is sign up today with your free riverbender.com account. 10:04 is the time. And Dan Brannon is our content director. He reports the following out of Madison County. The Illinois State Police District 8 did announce that 3 died in a 2-vehicle accident at 3:44 a.m. on September the 15th on Illinois Route 4, just north of Old State Route 4 in Madison County. Chase Bowles, a 21-year-old male from Alton, was one of the victims. Emily K. Norton, a 21-year-old female from Nixa, Missouri, and Jada N. Fulkerson, a 21-year-old female from Marine, also died in the crash in another vehicle. The Illinois State Police issued this preliminary report. The preliminary investigation does indicate the following. 1 unit was traveling southbound on Illinois Route 4 just north of Old State Route 4 in Madison County. Another unit was traveling northbound at the same location. For unknown reasons, 1 unit crossed the center line, causing a head-on collision with the other unit. All occupants were pronounced deceased at the scene. No further information is available at this time. Also in the news from Dan Brannon, developing on Friday, the Alton police officers responded to a report of gunshots fired in the 1200th block of West 9th Street in Alton at 1:08 p.m. on Friday. Officers immediately responded and determined no one in the area was injured. Alton Police Chief Jarrett Ford with the quote, he continues, officers and detectives conducted an extensive search of the area for involved parties. They did not locate any involved parties at the time, but many leads were developed. Those leads suggest that this was not a random act of violence, and the involved parties are known to each other. Chief Ford said that nearby West Elementary School was briefly placed on a lockdown out of an abundance of caution. There was never any threat to the school staff or its students, he said. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to call 618-463-3505. Also in the news, out of Wood River, Midwest Petroleum and the city of Wood River celebrated the opening of a new gas station with a ribbon-cutting ceremony on September the 15th. Located at 1900 East Edwardsville Road, the Midwest Petroleum gas station had a soft opening on Wednesday, but now they're officially open for business. Already, several customers were shopping in the convenience store and filling up their tanks at the pump. Several Wood River officials were present as Mayor Stalcup cut the ribbon in front of the gas station. Midwest Petroleum representatives noted the positivity of opening a new store and how easy it had been to work with the city of Wood River. The project manager, Tony, also mentioned his appreciation for the employees at Wood River City Hall and the Wood River Police Department. He added that Midwest Petroleum is family-owned, and that feeling extends to the employees and contractors who worked very hard to get the store ready. The gas station is near the Illinois 255 exit, which Stalcup pointed out will likely help their business. Midwest Petroleum has a total of 57 stores throughout Illinois and Missouri, and they're eager to add the new Wood River store to its list. Stalcup noted Wood River's recent growth includes the upcoming sports barn, an expansion plan for the Kia dealership, the grand opening of Midwest Petroleum. Well, that's just an exciting step forward. Here's his quote. It's just been a time of trying to bring it together, and then Midwest Petroleum was the first one to step out there. We just appreciate what they've done here. Congratulations on the opening. One final bit of news for you today from Dalton Brown. Bella Milano is officially marking 20 years of serving up some great food to the Metro East region and beyond at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, September the 19th, with a rededication and a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the restaurant. The event kicks off a series of parties and promotions going on until November to celebrate Bella Milano's 2 decades in business. Tom and Craig stopped by the show there with Bella Milano to discuss the past 20 years, and they did so last week right here in studio. I tell people all the time I've got the best job in the world. I host a party every night, Tom said. We're eating good food, we're drinking some libations, and it's just fun. It's a fun atmosphere. It's family-friendly fun, too. Tom said the rededication and ribbon cutting ceremony next Tuesday will feature free beer, wine, and appetizers. Customers who stay for dinner after the event will receive 20% off their meals to celebrate the restaurant's 20 years in business, and all online orders are also 20% off for the entire month of September. Bella Milano is also offering its, quote, retro dishes, which bring back former fan favorites to the menu for a limited time. Tom did add that Bella Milano's E-Club is free to join and offers monthly specials and deals. Bella Milano will also host parties for its Buffalo Trace single barrel bourbon, where guests can sample and buy bottles of the bourbon itself. The Edwardsville party set for October 26th and the O'Fallon party set for November the 2nd. The Bella Milano website will soon have a link where tickets can be purchased through Eventbrite, and each ticket comes with a bottle of that Buffalo Trace, an old-fashioned cocktail, Bella Milano appetizers, and more. The festivities cap off with a 20th anniversary party on Friday, November the 10th from 5 to 10 p.m. in the LeClaire Room on the Lewis and Clark Nelson campus located at 600 Troy Road in Edwardsville. Live music from Robert Perry Band, giveaways and appetizers, along with bar service from Bella Catering will be on hand for the 20th celebration. For more information, you can watch the full interview on riverbender.com/Daily Show. Before we take a quick break, here's a quick look at weather. 65 degrees is what the thermometer is saying right here at the Riverbender building today. Nice with sunshine and some patchy clouds. Then tonight, some overhead clouds, but not much more to really complain about. It feels like 73 coming up tomorrow. A little bit warmer, 85 on the high side, 57 on the low side. Coming up on Wednesday, you're looking at 84 degrees on that thermometer. On Thursday, dropping back down a bit to 78 degrees and 60 overnight. And then on Friday, rounding out the week at 82 degrees for the high temperature, 63 for the low. But right now, as it sits at 10:11 on this 18th day of September, 65 degrees at the Riverbender building. If you need your time or your temperature throughout the day, you can do so by calling 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. A quick break, a conversation with the Nature Institute. That happens next right here on our Daily Show.
Nikki here from Newark. It was my birthday, so I told my boyfriend Vinny I wanted the best steak in Jersey. We did a Google search and hopped in the car, and 15 hours later we rolled up to George's Local Brew in Jerseyville, Illinois. It was the best steak I've ever had. They cut them fresh daily. Since it was my birthday, the owner let me spin the wheel of George's, and I won a diamond ring. And then Vinny proposed to me. Talk about the best road trip of my life. George's Local Brew, where every night is steak night.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. Save up to 27% when you bundle home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
I gotta wait, let the music play a little bit. It's 10:15, that's the time on this 18th day of September. We're already almost out of the month. Isn't that wild?
It's crazy. It's been flying by.
I keep telling people, it's like, man, like at the end of July, I thought the school year would never start, and it was just kind of like looking at the watch going, what do we do now? And now it's like, well, Christmas is almost here. They're already putting out Halloween candy, and the Nature Institute having some great stuff lined up.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, before we go into all the good details, I got to bring up this In Harmony with Nature because this is really cool. I mean, talk about an awesome Friday night. Correct, Friday?
Yeah,
Oh,
Friday
good.
night.
Whew. I was putting myself out there on a limb, hoping for the best. Take me to this.
Yeah, so this is our third year for In Harmony with Nature, kind of in its current state. We have Alton High Symphonic Orchestra coming out. They're playing a concert for us out on the skeet range. Of course, we're selling tickets for this event. It's serving as a fundraiser for us. And then, of course, a way to support all of those high schoolers, being part of the orchestra. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's really cool, and I mean, a lot of times you look at some of the, documentaries on, some of these symphonies, and a lot of it was created by nature outside. So it's kind of cool to tie that together and have that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Their schedule of songs this year is all about the sun, the moon, and the stars. So it's going to be a lot of those nature-themed
Really cool.
arrangements, which will be a lot of fun.
Now, I saw, too, that you guys are kind of encouraging people to stop in a little bit early, maybe grab the blanket and a few, bites to eat and have a picnic out there, too.
Yeah. So we don't provide any of the seating. You've got to bring your own seating.
Disclaimer.
We do have TNS Smokehouse coming out again this year to serve barbecue.
There you go.
And then we have Sweet Tooth Confections coming out to serve some of those sweet treats. So probably, brownies, cookies. I'm not sure what she's going to bring
You're
with her.
taking care of dinner and dessert,
Absolutely.
too? Oh, that's a win. That's awesome. Now, how long have you guys been doing that with trying to find vendors and utilizing some of the great food that they have?
Yeah, so for the past 2 years, we've had food.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 years that we've done it, we've had some sort of a sweet treat available.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just adding to what In Harmony is and hopefully supporting more of our local businesses.
Now, take me to the kind of the location of this. Is this where, kind of that grassy areas and you can see the bluffs right behind them?
Yeah, so
cool.
the skeet range is that area that has those two towers that are kind of, offset of the grassy area. We can see the Mississippi River, and we'll get a beautiful sunset that night. It also happens to be the autumn equinox, so...
Is it really?
Yeah.
I noticed the sun was setting quicker. I was going to cut my grass the other day, and I went, I got till 8:30, and...
Yeah, not quite.
Didn't make it.
But you can start showing up at 5:30. The concert will start kind of right around 6 o'clock, and they play for about 45, 50 minutes. And then after that, you can kind of hang out for a little bit and then make your way to your car and head out for the night.
Well, it's another great way to kind of explore your own ecosystem and environment and really see all the great stuff you guys are about. I mean, you guys are busy. I mean, really busy. And we were going to talk about, because I always like talking about your kids' classes, but those are pretty much all but full. It's got to be feeling pretty good for you guys after just the hard work you put in this summer to see it all really paying off each and every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's coming down the pipeline? We've been saying big three during the commercial break, as it is 480 degrees in the studio. So take me through the big three. Lauren, Dave, what are we seeing coming down the pipeline? Dave passing the buck?
No, I'll go ahead and talk.
Back to Dave.
We're going to plug our outdoor escape room again, which I was on talking with you back in June.
So cool.
A lot of fun. It's 5 different sets of puzzles to do. You'll walk several miles over the course of our property out there. So you're zigzagging back and forth, trying to find the locations of these puzzles and then solve them with a group. Good 3 hours or so to do, and most escape rooms were just 1 hour. And that's
well, in the 1 hour, I was in those escape rooms. That's kind of a scary feeling because I don't trust myself, with 3 hours, let alone one.
Yeah.
But it's really cool again to explore and really get to know some of our local, environment and our local plants and species, and you do a great job of it. Is it $30 per person still or $35?
It's $35 for non-members and $30 for members.
And would you guys have a good reception to this?
So far, we've had a group come out so far that we've done over the summer, and they had a good time. They did it in under 4 hours.
Wow!
And they raved about it. So we're hoping now that it's fall and that it's getting a little, it's not so harsh to be outside in the heat.
Yeah, now that the weather's cooler, this is the time to do it.
You're right.
Right.
That's a great point because if I did that in August during the heat wave that would have been brutal. That would have been a brutal 4 hours. Yeah. Now, I got a question for you. What's the kind of genre of this escape room?
The theme is there's an evil person called the Denaturizer who has set up a bunch of these explosive poison bombs all over the property.
Yeah, okay.
And if you can figure out his puzzles before they go off and you can deactivate the bombs, then you will have saved not just T&I, but the entire United States.
Talk about some responsibility in 4 hours,
If the bombs go off, it's going to destroy all life along the Mississippi River from T&I down to the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, it answered my next question because I said, what happens after 4 hours? There you go. And now, what are the age limits for this? Just one more. I know we talked about it, but just so we touch on it again.
Well, for this one, we would like to see older, like upper high school and older from there. We do have a series of them for younger kids that we do. We have children's escape rooms that we also offer, and each one of those has a different theme depending on what you choose.
Cool.
There's 15 themes if I remember right for those.
And those ones are only an hour.
Those are definitely only an hour.
You are keeping the kids out for 4, huh?
It's more simplified, more age appropriate for younger students.
Really cool. And now, what are some of the other things that are coming down the pipeline? That was one of the 3.
Yeah. Birthday parties are something that we just started offering literally last month. So we've had people in the past kind of ask us about it. We finally decided to open that up. And there's different party themes to choose from, and we'll do them all throughout the year, even in the winter time. We just redid our indoor classroom, which is a great space to use for birthday parties during the winter. But you'll still be doing outdoor activities year-round, party time, you've got a host, all that good stuff.
Well, and I'm looking right now, and I like how you guys make it so easy on the website. You just go over there, Quick Nature Programs, I think was the one I was on. And you just go book a birthday party. And now this is really cool. So you're actually getting to teach the kids a little bit of stuff and really just kind of after that go have some fun in a little bit of an outdoors environment. And now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different themes too, right? And then the custom one, take me through that. Is that kind of just tailor-made for the group?
Yeah, so depending, if you have a kid who's really into one specific outdoor theme, we can base our entire programming around what they like.
Really cool. I just think this is awesome. And now what I like too, parents, is that T&I is handling that cleanup for you. You're brave souls. And now how long does it take to book a party? Let's say, how long should it take for us to book you out? About a month or 2, or how's that look?
It depends on the season. So
Okay.
October and April and May are going to be our 3 busiest seasons,
Yeah.
and those are the ones that you're going to want to book months in advance. Other months like December, January, February, it's going to be way less popular, and those are going to be easier. We just request 2 weeks prior is the latest that you can book one.
That's fair.
And that's the case right now. If these become really popular, then that, time frame completely goes out the window.
First come, first serve.
Exactly.
And now what I like too is just all the amenities too. I mean, whether or not we're talking about, that access to the playground or the little hat for the kids and all that good stuff, but the add-ons too. Now, take me through this. So you can add campfires, s'mores, and all this stuff?
Yeah, so if you decide that, hey, you either need more time for a party, you can add more time. You can add a campfire if you have a bunch of kids that want to do s'mores, especially in the best s'mores weather, which is coming up soon.
I was thinking that's the win.
You can have that added as well, so it's just kind of customizing it based on what you want for your child and what you want for your party.
I think I would just fake a birthday and say that, it's my birthday just for the s'mores weather, right? I mean, that's kind of what I would do. So how many can be in a group? Because I know that, you're teaching and all that stuff, so I'm sure size is limited and all that stuff.
For the birthday party, with the booking, you get 15 kids.
Okay.
You can add an additional 5 if you want, but we book out at 20 kids.
I like it. That's actually a pretty big group because normally it's like 12 is normally the max cutoff, and no one would blame you if that was the case. Right. But I like this is getting kids outside and off the cell phone, and really being able to explore a little bit and enjoy. And now, so how long has this been open? To just a couple of weeks? Is this a month in? Or?
Yeah, we just opened it up.
So you better book early because I'm telling you, once people find out about this, this is going to be a good thing. I'm surprised you haven't done this before. Is this something you always wanted to do?
It's kind of, we've just been building on things over the years and kind of seeing what people are interested in and mixing up things as we can.
Listening to the public saying, we wish you would do this. And so, we looked at it and why couldn't we?
Yeah, and I'm on the section, Dave, too. What I like, again, is you can see who booked the birthday party, too. So if you have a date that you're looking at, you can see if you guys are full right there. I mean, that's awesome. I'm telling you, I'm liking this. You have a moment to stick around? I got to pay a bill. Yeah. 10:25 on a Monday morning. More of this great conversation. And we still have one of the big 3 to talk about. That comes your way next in downtown Alton.
Here at Modified Auto Sound, we are an automotive customizing shop that specializes in car audio, window tinting, and other truck and Jeep accessories. So as an interested customer, we always recommend that you just stop in the shop. Check us out at 241 Eastgate Plaza, right off of Route 3 in East Alton, Illinois. At Modified Auto Sound, there's no such thing as strangers, just friends we haven't met.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungenast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungenast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungenast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
10:28, a little bit of change on a Monday morning. Conversation with T&I continuing on Riverbender.com, and Enchanted Forest is coming up in a couple. I cannot believe we're already there. I think it's just my mind, Well, there's a lot going on up here, but I think it's just, my mind hasn't gotten to, man, we're already in Halloween season,
Yeah.
When is Enchanted Forest?
So October 20th is Enchanted Forest, so it'll be here before we know it.
A month and 2 days. Now, fill me in on all this. This is a really big event for you guys.
Yeah, so this is our 23rd year of doing Enchanted Forest.
Wow.
So this is kind of our Halloween fun event. It's not scary Halloween. It's all, educational and fun and, really
mystical.
Yeah, absolutely. More magic and fun, right? So when you arrive, You're going to head out onto a trail, talk to some animals, so people dressed up as animals, and they're just going to talk about, what it's like to be an animal that lives in the forest, right? So what do they eat? Where do they live? Those kinds of things. And then we'll have some educational booths set up out on the skeet range.
Wow.
So you get to explore all of these things kind of at your own pace with your own time. And then at the end, you have a passport. And if you have enough stamps, you get a bag of candy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Earning that bag of candy. With that being said, I think this is such a cool thing for the family. Really, like you said, you aren't going to have to worry about some guy running out with a mask on and a chainsaw. You're just going to be able to enjoy really what T&I all has to offer on a beautiful night with so many different, components to this. And how long does it take for you guys to kind of put this together each year?
It's gotten shorter every year.
Good answer. And how many people are participating with your group for being playing the part of an animal or any of that? And now is it a full costume too? Are we talking full kit and caboodle?
Sometimes.
That's a tease. That means you got to
Right.
show up and see who's in the full garb. But how big's the team for you guys on this?
So we have our 6 year-round staff. And everyone kind of joins in for that. We pull some of our summer camp staff to help, and then we get lots and lots of volunteers for this one. This is the event that we use the most amount of volunteers out of everything else the rest of the year.
That's really cool.
We've got like our frog trail lined with lights, like little fairy lights and stuff, so it kind of lights the path, and that takes some time to set up and take down, as you can imagine. And it's one of the few times you can come out to T&I in the dark.
Yeah.
And explore around.
Well, and that's what's really cool because your guys' landscape is just beautiful. And I mean, really being out there when the moon's hitting it and really being able to enjoy some beautiful fall weather too. And now with that, it's one of those things where there's face painters, and I know, and there's kind of campfires. Is there any other components that I'm forgetting about Enchanted Forest?
Our partner booths, so we have other organizations in the area, and they bring out specific activities. Like the Great Rivers Museum always brings out owl pellets for people to dissect. Audubon will be out there this year. National Great Rivers Research Education Center.
They're doing some great stuff too.
They're coming out as well. So all of the partner booths will be out there and crafts.
Are sign-ups still available for more people that want to be involved?
For volunteers?
Volunteers, and then do you have vendor booths available? Do you do that with Enchanted Forest?
So that one, it's usually an invitation, but if somebody wants to be a part of it, you can definitely contact us.
So I didn't mean to throw you out there like that. I just figured might as well ask. Sorry about that. But volunteers, you can still sign up?
Yeah, absolutely.
I really like this, and what I think's great again is it's not a big a whole all day thing where you're there for 9 hours and then you got little Johnny crying within the first 2. This is a really nice paced event for everyone to go at their own leisure and enjoy it.
It's kind of a little bit of one part trunk or treat, one part festival. It's kind of got a little bit of everything.
Well, and for you guys, I mean, it's got to be exciting because to me, I'm always on this microphone going, get these kids off the cell phone. But it seems like classes are full. I mean, people are really utilizing T&I, and that's got to be a great feeling for all the work you're putting in.
Yeah, we actually had a new homeschool program for this season that's already sold out for the entire year after we'd already doubled spots. So, I mean, there's something for everybody. We have homeschool programs, adult programs, kids, young kids.
Movie nights.
Yeah. All the things.
All those things.
So before I let you go, I got to ask about the summer and how because it seemed like it was kind of dry. I don't know. Maybe was there not a lot of rain this summer? Because you guys would know more than I would.
It felt drier than normal, yes.
Like Beaver Falls is a trickle.
Okay.
So people like to come out and see Beaver Falls, and if you come see it now, it's not flowing great. It's flowing, but it's not flowing great.
It's beaver trickle right now, yeah. Well, and what's been the hardest part of just maintaining this year? That's what I was curious with. The lighter rain, does there ever create some conditions that make it difficult for you out there?
I mean, the fact that we're a preserve and we can just kind of let things do their thing is nice. I mean, we don't have to worry about dry conditions normally with like fires and things like that. It's not really a concern. I mean, it would be if it happened, but it doesn't usually happen.
That's cool. I just didn't know in the winter when you guys start going through with I know you do some type of honeysuckle work or things like that, if that affected it at all. I'm curious about the whole invasive species thing. I find it fascinating.
Yeah, so this summer, our stewardship staff, they were really focusing on getting rid of a lot of the invasives and really aggressive species on some of those upper trails. So as you come out and hike, you're going to see a lot of what looks like a mess because it's just lots of things that are down on the ground.
Right.
But that's the work that we've been doing, is cutting down a lot of those, opening up the canopy to really let the sun shine through. So the lack of rain really isn't going to affect us a whole lot. What you might notice is that we don't have as many pretty fall colors this year. The trees just might not change as nicely as we remember last year.
And things like the persimmons, we have a lot of persimmon trees in the upper part there, and they're already starting to drop fruit. I don't know if that's water related or not. Yeah, it's really early for them.
Wow, that's interesting. Dan Brandon, I'm doing a show. Our content director's calling me. I don't know what happened, but we'll find out. Hey, I think it's really cool. Every time I talk to you guys, there's, even though, like this time we talked about Enchanted Forest last year, it's cool to see the growth that you've had all summer long and the work that the team's doing. And I love having you guys in studio. So anytime you have anything else to talk about, you're more than welcome to stop by.
And last plug, we only talked about just a very small portion of what we're doing right now. Get on our website, get on our calendar of events, come out and see us.
TheNatureInstitute.org is the place to go. That's TheNatureInstitute.org. And guys, thanks for stopping by again.
Thanks for having us.
It's 10:35. We'll take a quick break. Mike and Carol Logan, they join us in studio next, right here in downtown Alton.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect. Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at riverbenderradio.com.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating & Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating & Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating & Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
That's the time on a Monday morning right here in downtown Alton. Hey, one last plug coming up tonight at 6:30 from Public School Stadium. It's Derby Day in Alton as Marquette and Alton High. They have boys prep soccer right here on Riverbender.com. And man, oh man, my microphone keeps exploding on you, and I am sorry about that, Mike.
Wow.
I'm telling you, it's
Are we
because
on?
it's because we're bringing the heat with the revival across America,
Wow,
catching the wave.
The fire. How about that?
With that being said, coming up on Saturday and Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. at Lewis and Clark Community College, Hathaway Hall. This is going to be great. Robert, I keep thinking of Roberta's. Carol and Mike Logan in studio with Roberta's and with Catch the Wave.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is you have a good business when I know you just from the business itself. You're doing something right. How are we doing this Monday morning?
Actually doing well. The business is serving the community. Well, Carol, won't you hit on that real quick?
We kept the name Roberta's because everybody knows it by that. So why change a good thing?
And you're keeping it going and even, almost just adding to it each and every
it's growing.
day.
Yes, it's growing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really
Doing
great.
well.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like this revival's growing too.
Oh yeah. So the last one we had was good, and it's a revival in progress.
Yeah.
As we that's why we're here, to keep people reminded that hey, let's keep the fire burning, let's keep the wave rolling.
Yeah.
Jesus. We all need a spiritual input in our lives. We really do.
Yes.
And because of the way the structure of the world is today, we all need the man upstairs.
Yeah.
We really do. Mm-hmm. And so making Jesus Christ the centerpiece of our lives. And within these revivals, we've got a lot of singing. Music goes anywhere, but the Word of God also goes anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay? So, amongst all of that and with testimonies, people who are telling their real life stories, it's nothing made up. These are things that are real. People have gone through, drug addictions. Not only that, but people who have gone through financial issues and they've come back. How have they come back? By the will of God. They trusted in the Lord.
Well, Mike, I tell people this all the time. When I went through my, stages of hell, and everyone goes through them in life, the trials and tribulations, no matter who you believe in, you're praying to God at the end of the day when you hit rock bottom and you're asking for help.
I was always told by a lady that I know, she's one of my church members. She said her husband was in the war, and he said there's no atheist in a foxhole.
That's right. You're right.
So in other words, bullets are flying, and they begin to call on God. Okay, so here it is. We've got to believe and believe in the right one, that is Jesus Christ.
Well,
so,
and too, I wanted your perspective on this too. Is it seems like in today's culture too, more and more people coming across different faiths and backgrounds are really starting to come together too. It seems like a couple of decades ago that didn't really happen at all.
Right.
And now,
That's true.
How does that feel for you two to see that and all these different walks of faith coming together and really celebrating that one common goal?
It's a beautiful thing because all faiths that believe that Jesus is their Lord and Savior, we all need to come together in unity. I don't care what color you are or what faith, Protestant, Catholic, we all need to come together as one body because Jesus is coming back for one church.
Right.
Not one singular church.
Exactly.
For the body of Christ.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing that when we all come together.
And our common denominator is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So, I think really and truly, COVID has really introduced quite a bit to all of us.
True.
The ups and downs. But it has brought people, I believe, together, in a way that we know that there's diversity out there. We know this, okay? So, but with that diversity, here it is. None of us can make it in this life alone. We all need each other. And with the things that are occurring, if you went to the grocery store right now, you're paying quite a bit for a chicken wing.
It ain't no Dollar General no more.
It's not, is it? It's not. It's not. So we all need to pull together, encourage one another, lift up each other, And that common denominator, like I say, being Jesus Christ, Come on, we're all in this thing together. Let's come together at Lewis and Clark, enjoy the Word of God and the festivities, the music, which is really, we've got gospel, we got gospel, we've got the conventional type music. We've got all kind of, and people who are coming that will sing of different backgrounds. It's going to be good.
Well, that's really cool. And then, just to go back to Roberta's real quick, as I'm fixing the microphone on the fly again, Carol, take me through this. As you basically were talking last time, Roberta's is almost a mini ministry in itself, where you're helping women going through a lot of times the hardest fight of their life. Take me through how you're taking what you're doing at Roberta's and translating it to catch the wave.
Yeah, so when women come in, a lot of times, they're down and out. Most of the time, the cancer ladies that are going through are really needing support and prayer, and a lot of times my husband will be popping in, taking out the trash and
you
helping
guys
me
have
out.
a great team.
So he's there, and we've been known to pray with the ladies.
Yes.
We do have a ministry room right there at Roberta's that we have church service at Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock for people who don't attend service.
Yeah.
And so that's always available. We do the cancer support group meetings the first Saturday of the month at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
So we have that there available. I've got about 8 to 10 ladies that come regular basis.
It's amazing.
And,
I just want to say salvation is available. So, there's somebody out there going through some tough times right now.
Absolutely.
So we are a ministry, Mike Logan Ministries, that we actually help quite a few in the community. We've given scholarships away since 2004, Alton High and surrounding schools, really. But not besides scholarships, we help those who are, there are a lot of people hurting right now. And that through the business and through the ministry, in which the business is a ministry itself as well, we reach out. We really do.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. If you can't help anyone along the way, my goodness, what good is it, right?
We do also have a donation center at Roberta's that when a lady comes through the door, if she doesn't have insurance or a way to pay for her items, I freely give out wigs, I give out prosthesis, and I give out
To help
bras. And if they want something new and can't afford it, our ministry, we give a love offering out of our ministry,
Correct.
and that pays for a wig or a bra
To
for a
contribute
lady.
toward the cause.
So that's how we kind of go hand in hand with the ministry and the business.
Exactly.
That is just incredible. Do you guys have a moment to stick around? I got to take one last break.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Got to pay one more bill. Hey, with that being said, we were talking about people falling on kind of harder times and, needing that faith. And every time that I think about, today's climate, you never know what tomorrow's going to bring you. Sometimes a foreclosure on your house is on the horizon. And I mean, in 2008, very many of us, I'm sure, experienced that. Well, Lisa Webb and her team at 3rd Street Realty specialize in the foreclosure and short selling environment to where you're not going to be walking in there not knowing, what tomorrow's going to bring. She's going to be your advocate, whether or not you're buying your house for the first time, selling it for the billionth, or foreclosing or short selling on a property. I highly encourage you to utilize Lisa Webb and 3rd Street Realty. Woman-owned, but family operated, where your family values matter. Give her a call today or stop by 3rdstrealty.com. That's 3rdstrealty.com.
Here at Modified Auto Sound, we are an automotive customizing shop that specializes in car audio, window tinting, and other truck and Jeep accessories. So as an interested customer, we always recommend that you just stop in the shop. Check us out at 241 Eastgate Plaza, right off of Route 3 in East Alton, Illinois. At Modified Auto Sound, there's no such thing as strangers, just friends we haven't met.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you. For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on Riverbender.com.
Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me.
We're bringing it home at 10:50 on a Monday morning. Mike and Carol Logan, Roberta's Boutique, and Revival Across America. Catch the wave. And yes. I got to ask you, when you're doing something like this, especially in today's climate where if you put something out there, 9 times out of 10, half the people love it, half the people don't.
Yep.
How important is it for you to stay on message and stay positive and really just keep pushing through? Because, you're really turning some heads with this and gaining more people.
Well, yeah. So, like I said, the focus is Jesus Christ. That's the key. And also bringing everyone together. That's what it's about. The community, let's come together because we're all in this thing together. That's why I keep saying this. Catch the wave. Yep. The wave. If we're all in this wave and riding the same wave, and we are, of the Holy Spirit, God Himself, and of course, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let's come together as one. We were out there at Lewis and Clark, and you just said a little bit about your testimony. So we bring people in who are locally, who have testimonies, just hitting back on that. And I'll go ahead and announce this. Our last time we had several people who were locally. You heard of Josephine? Mm-hmm. Well, Cheryl and Fred, they actually gave their testimony.
Wow.
And of how she really, she was in a situation of crisis where she was really at death doors. And
she had a 3% chance of living.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And God
Explain
brought her
it, Carol.
out of it. And her husband, Fred, gave the testimony, and it was very meaningful because a lot of people that go to Josephine's and know the place all over did not know she went through that. Wow. So they gave God the glory.
They gave God the glory.
There was prayer warriors praying for her all over the country.
Yeah.
And she came out of it, no brain no damage.
Right. Wow.
And she is
and people need to know
today.
that.
Yes.
So how do we do this? Well, by faith. Mm-hmm. Faith building. See, you got to keep the faith. No quit. Mm-hmm. So we all go through crisis in life. This is a journey of, let's say, average of 80 to 90 years old. Okay, so through that 90 years old, you're going to hit some ups and downs. So your faith has to take you through. So don't quit, because there's always someone out there who has gone through similar things as you. But we're bringing these testimonies forth so that it will help encourage others that, hey, look, They went through it. They made it. You can too. In walking in the faith of Christ Jesus.
Well,
okay.
on top of that too, I mean, I've gone on the rant like 4 times this week over influencers and young kids, or last week I did, because nowadays people turn to kids my age and younger, turn to social media and see what, Jim that has the blonde hair, that he was surfing last week in Hawaii, but look, he's over in San Diego. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you take a pause on that and really just go and experience maybe somebody that is going through some hurdle that you're going through in high school or in those really critical stages.
Yes.
Go with your parent, go by yourself, go with whoever, and come listen, because you don't realize that your neighbor 9 times out of 10 went through the same problem or something similar.
Yeah. I want to encourage the youth of today. You may not think that it's cool, but I'm going to tell you something. It is really cool when you get involved with a Christian organization. It's not all about sports. I mean, sports, there are a lot of times, but sports, I know athletes whose coaches are Christians, the coaches. So, kids, I want to encourage you because, see, the world has a lot of pitfalls, I want to say. So, within these pitfalls, if you have something to lean on and in a Christian setting, let's say you come to church because a lot of kids feel that church isn't so cool anymore. You don't see that, But I'm here to tell you, there's structure within the church because you come together with others who are going through the same thing you're going through.
You're right.
And you can come together. You can be involved in a spiritual choir. You can get involved with, events that are happening. You could start even your own Bible studies. You could start maybe even your own soccer team or something there at the church. There are different things. Your own band.
It's true.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, and I don't know how you two feel about this, but you know what I think? I don't know if people have experienced what feeling loved and being a part of something is that are kids right now. And I'm not saying it's because, and a lot of times people think I'm going on a soapbox. I'm not saying it's because of what happens at home or you name it.
Yeah.
But it seems like groups for kids really don't show people it's okay to love something. It's okay to open your heart up.
Yeah.
You aren't lame. Show your feelings. Show your. I don't know. That's just me.
No, that's a true statement. Because here it is. The enemy being Satan, that is the devil, he wants you to hold that in so that he can continue to work on you. It's like a sore. If that sore is there and he can continue, that sore is wounded, he can continue to open that wound. But once you begin to speak that wound out, if you begin to speak your issues out, there's somebody out there that will listen to you, someone that's helpful toward the situation. So I encourage the children out there today, hey, get involved with Christian activities because it will make you feel like, man, I did something worthwhile. You helped someone else out. But along the way, it's helping you out.
True.
Okay?
Without a doubt. And, just to circle back, because we have a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
Man, I don't know if it's the weather change or what, but my voice is going today, and I got a soccer game to call. Coming up, Craig Lombardi, you're going to have to save me today.
Yeah.
Coming up on Saturday, September the 23rd, and Sunday, September the 24th, from 6 to 9 p.m. at Lewis and Clark Community College, Hathaway Hall.
Yeah.
Great point was made during the commercial break. Bring a sweater just in case they turn the air on.
Yes.
But also, as we wrap this up in the next 3 minutes, what are some of the ways, take us to the structure of this revival. What's it look like for somebody that's a little bit intrigued, maybe wants to learn some more what this overall layout kind of looks like?
Well, first, let's start with this layout. We have sponsors. Okay, and I just want to give thanks to those sponsors before we get out of here. The structure is that there are churches out there are businesses out there that see what we need here. Yeah. And the community is stepping up to the plate. saying, yes, let's do this. So I give thanks to all of you out there who have contributed toward this cause. Just here this week, we had a new one to contribute, so that was good. And that's Sam's Pawn Shop.
Oh, they're great
Thank
people.
you for
Great.
contributing.
Greg and Stacy are
they're
great
great. So here it is. But there are others saying that they want to contribute. So I'm just saying the structure base is we need support in order to have the venues. So once we get the venue, then we can begin to, I would love to begin to work with the high schools, getting the children involved, see? And that's a great thing. Sister Carol, you got anything you want to add structure-wise?
Well, like we said, it's a lot of testimonies. you can't beat a testimony.
No, you can't.
And then singing, singing groups
and prayer.
Preaching,
so let's not preaching, prayer, and preachers of different backgrounds. Okay, so so it's
just
very good.
allowing the Holy Spirit to move however He wishes.
Well, and I think a lot of us really, we're so, and I hate to say this, but I'm one of them. Where every 90 days I do a reevaluation. I think about who I've been, how I've been acting, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, and I'm not saying it's you at home, so don't start yelling at me, but it's like we're all so tight, we're all so wound up.
Loosen up a little bit.
And let God love you a little bit.
You let Him love,
that?
right, love on it.
And once again, this is the Catch the Wave Revival Across America, Lewis and Clark Community College, the location at Hathaway Hall. That's 5800 Godfrey Road.
Right.
Saturday, September the 23rd, and Sunday, September the 24th, from 6 to 9 p.m. The participants.
Yeah, Mike and Carol Logan, and then we're going to have other participants. We're still looking for a that special Christian athlete out there that's well known that will help contribute toward this cause, maybe help to draw the youth of today into a revival like this. So if you're listening out there, that special athlete, the Christian, come and help to draw the youth of tomorrow and to bring them into something that is meaningful in their lives.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mike, Carol, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you to all of you. The 2 hours flew by with some great company. Tomorrow, an even better show, and I hope you hang out there with me too. But I'll see you tonight live from Public School Stadium at 6:30. On that note, have a great day and just try your best to stay out of jail.